Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Britt and I'm an illustrator and a bookish content creator. And I've asked all of you on my YouTube and on my Instagram to ask me questions for a new Q&A because I've gotten a few comments in the past few weeks of people just asking me general things about my life and wanted to get to know me a bit better if you've been following my channel for just a few weeks maybe. So I thought it would be a fun idea to do a Q&A. And if you've got any other questions, don't hesitate to just ask them below in the comments and I can always still answer them there. Have you completed any training or studies? How long have you been doing YouTube and have you ever had a 9-to-5 job? 3 questions in one, but I can answer all of them. I have done some studies. After finishing high school at 18, I went to university to do a bachelor's degree in international media and communication. Then I took a gap year to travel to Australia because I didn't feel like working right after studying and I also didn't feel like doing a master's degree. So I decided to take a gap year and travel to Australia and New Zealand for 3 months, which was honestly the best decision I've ever made because it just gave me so much time to think about what I want in life and to also give me a bit of a break after studying for 3 years and going to high school and just like middle school from the age of 4 until 18. So that was a great kind of break. And when I got back home, I suddenly felt like I do not want to work right now. And then I decided to do a master's in media and creative industries. I both did my studies at university at Erasmus University here in Rotterdam. And then after finishing my master's, I was doing YouTube and like my web shop part-time already. So I wanted to find a part-time job after finishing my master's degree, and then I found a fun job for 3 days a week to work as like a social media content creator at this company where I actually also sell my products now. It's called the Swan Market and they have concept stores and they organize markets for small business owners where they can sell their products. So I worked there at the office for 3 days a week and I did that for a year. And then in 2021, I decided to work on Basically Britt full time. So I did that for about a year, which was a 9-to-5 for 3 days a week and working part-time on Basically Britt at the same time. And then in 2021, Basically Britt started like working on it full time. So that is kind of my whole history of studying and working and what I'm doing now. And I've actually been doing YouTube for nearly 9 years already. I started doing this booktube account in 2015, I believe in September of 2015. So it's been nearly 9 years. Do you have any other hobbies than reading and what made you start your business? I really do enjoy crocheting. I've been doing it a bit more now and then, which I'm excited to do. And I really like drawing and like painting, although I haven't done that in quite some time. But a few years ago, I was really into drawing portraits, also with colored pencils. And it's sad that I haven't been doing that much in the past few years. I really want to start that up again. But reading is definitely my biggest hobby. When it comes to hobbies, I also just really like organizing and helping my friends clean out their apartment and doing like a sort of Marie Kondo style cleaning. So if any of my friends ever need help cleaning out their apartment or cleaning out stuff, that is also a hobby of mine. I just love organizing. And what made you start your business? Well, I started doing YouTube in 2015, just making fun bookish videos, didn't really think anything of it. Then I believe in 2019, I suddenly had this idea of let's design a bookmark because I've always loved drawing and illustrating. And I thought, what if I design a bookmark and maybe people want to buy that? And I was just lucky that I already had a few followers on YouTube and on Instagram, so I could promote this bookmark that I made to my followers. This was the bookmark, by the way, my very first bookmark. And people actually wanted to buy that. And that was the moment where I thought, okay, maybe if I just design much more, I can actually earn some money from doing YouTube and doing this online thing. So that is when it all started, and when I just started designing more bookmarks and more fun other products, because many products have been designed in the past few years and it's just so exciting to constantly be working on new products. My question is, are you vegan? And if you do, why did you make that decision and how was the transition for you? Have a wonderful day. First of all, thank you so much. I'm doing very well. And no, I'm not vegan actually. I do eat mostly vegetarian, especially at home. I never really cook meat at home, but when I go out for dinner or with Christmas and stuff, I don't mind eating meat, but I just don't really cook it for myself. So I mostly eat vegetarian. This is a fun one. I've always been curious if you are from the UK but live in the Netherlands, or if you were born there but your parents are British. The reason is because you have a different accent than the other girls from the Netherlands I watch, and you have an English accent. Well, first of all, thank you so much. That I really appreciate it. But I am not from the UK actually. I am from the Netherlands. But the thing is, my great aunt, she's Dutch, but she married an Englishman, and she moved to the UK so many years ago, and we are very, very close with that part of the family and like the English part which she married, like the English family that she married into. So ever since I was very young, I used to visit England so often, almost every year, sometimes multiple times a year. So I definitely grew up with hearing a lot of English around me, and I just loved the English language, which means that I've always really focused on trying to learn English, watching all these English films, just reading English books, and really trying to create a bit more of a natural English accent. So I think that is why. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. But unfortunately, I haven't got anything British in my genes, but I do love that my name is Britt, and I love Britain and England. So I think it was kind of meant to be for me to be called Britt. So thanks Mum and Dad for calling me Britt. Hi Britt, tell us a bit more about why you live in Holland and what you like about it. And also a sneaky second question, what kinds of music do you listen to and what are your favorite TV shows? Well, I live in Rotterdam, one of the biggest cities here in the Netherlands, and I absolutely love it. I've studied in Rotterdam for 4 years and most of my friends live in Rotterdam as well. So it is definitely one of my favorite cities in the Netherlands, and I just love how multicultural it is. So many different people, so many different cultures, especially in my area where I live. It's just so fun to see how everyone comes together, and that is just what I love about Rotterdam. Everyone is really, really kind and really sweet, and you always have something fun to do in the city. And when it comes to the kinds of music that I listen to, I really like listening to classic rock. One of my favorite bands are the Rolling Stones. I've seen them twice in concert and I just love listening to them. I also really love Van Morrison, and I really like listening to soul and funk music. It makes me so happy. Like, I listen to many different types of music. For example, that song Soldier Poet King by the Oh Hellos, I believe. Amazing. I always put on like a song radio of that song and just listen to all these type of cottagecore, whimsical vibe music. And I also really love listening to film music, in particular anything like Pirates of the Caribbean, and just really put on headphones and just listen to this live version of this whole medley of Pirates of the Caribbean. Perfection. And when it comes to my favorite TV shows, definitely the basic ones like Game of Thrones, Bridgerton, Sex and the City, Gossip Girl, Derry Girls, Fleabag, Breaking Bad, amazing. So basically all the basic ass TV shows that everyone loves, but they're very popular for a reason. My battery is nearly empty, so I will be back with you in a bit. Totally didn't turn my camera on and I've been talking for 2 minutes, so round 2. As I said that you didn't hear because I didn't turn the camera on, different hair because it is really, really hot and humid here in the Netherlands, so everything was hot. I'm gonna try and do this again. Hi Britt, what would you love to do for a living if you weren't a booktuber? Very good question. Honestly, I don't really know. I think I would really enjoy having my own bookshop and selling new books, selling secondhand books, having a little coffee corner as well where you can just read and hang out, and just have my own bookshop. And my friend Sabine from Sabine's Book Nook and I, we were always just like, if we don't know what to do with our lives, we're just going to open a bookshop. So maybe one day, you never know. Do you have a city or country you're dreaming of visiting next or one day? A very good question too. I would love to visit the southern island of New Zealand because I've only visited the northern island so far. That is because we didn't really have time or money to visit the southern island too. So definitely the southern island of New Zealand, and I would love to travel through Asia and just see lots of countries in Asia because I've never properly been to Asia before, and I would just love to see Indonesia, Thailand, and you know, go there and explore that part of the world. But cities or countries a bit more nearby, definitely anything in Scandinavia, Sweden, Finland, Norway. Try to see the Northern Lights one day. I just have many things I still want to see because I've never visited Scandinavia before, and it's quite close to where I live, so hopefully one day. Do you have any nice bookish memories from your childhood? That is a really fun question. I can definitely vividly remember the day where I first read my kind of like adult book, even though I was still a a kid, because I believe, like, I can't really remember that well how old I was. I think I was like 11 or 12, something like that, maybe 13. We were on holiday. I was with my parents and my brother, and there was this evening or like this afternoon where I didn't really know what to do, and I don't think I brought a book with me or something. I don't know. I wasn't really the biggest reader back then. I really had these reading moods, and my mom was like, you can also try reading one of my books. And that book was called Schaduwzuster from Simone van der Vlucht, and it was this literary thriller book, and I thought I'm just going to give it a try, and I loved it so much. I was like, books, but they don't have to be like children books. You can also just read these adult books that are much deeper and just like so a bit scary and tense and cool. So that was the moment I was like, okay, these books are really, really cool. But when it comes to book, like when I was a lot younger, I remember reading the Wicked Witch series very well, and the How Do I Survive, which are two books that I read, or like book series that I read in Dutch, and I just absolutely loved. But when I was younger, my reading just really went like this. So it was, I can't say I was like the biggest reader back then. You obviously love reading and all things bookish, but could you ever see yourself being a writer of books? If so, fiction or non-fiction, adult, YA or children's? And would you illustrate your own book or someone else? Or someone else's book? That is a very good question, and I honestly don't think I ever see myself writing an actual book. If I would write a book, it would be non-fiction, even though I don't really have that many interesting things to say about my own life, so not like I can write a really cool and interesting memoir. But I don't think I would ever see myself writing fiction, but who knows, might change. But I don't think I'm the best writer. I also wouldn't really know if I want to write it in English or Dutch, so I think not, but you never know. And when it comes to illustrating, it would be cool to illustrate a book. Although I don't think I've found the right illustration style for that, especially when it comes to children's books and like illustrating characters. I would love to be able to create this like illustration style of characters and being able to put these characters into all these different environments and different, you know, positions and stuff, and with the faces. But I haven't really learned drawing cartoon characters, which would be fun one day. Another question I got quite a few times is, how did I meet my boyfriend? We met on a dating app. Very 2023. Apparently it can sometimes work. Any upcoming summer travel plans we might see in a vlog? I unfortunately don't really think so, because the few like plans that I have got are visiting this little cottage in the woods, which maybe, okay, I'll film a little bit from, but it will just be me and my boyfriend, and we just want to kind of not be on our phone a lot, really enjoy spending some time in nature. We'll be going there for a weekend next month, so maybe I will film a little bit here and there, but I'm not going to do like proper travel vlogs. And also in summer we are going on a kind of road trip through France and just drive a lot and drive around a lot, but I also don't think I'll be vlogging much from that, because I just want to kind of be a bit more in a moment when it comes to traveling. But maybe I will film a few clips here and there. What's the book that's highest on your TBR? That is a very good question. I think basically all the books on my physical TBR, but I'm very excited to read The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, because I'm very much in my cozy witchy book era. So if you know any cozy witchy books, they can be like mystery, they can just be about witches, let me know in the comments, because I am digging all of them. What are your top 5 favorite books? How can you ask me this question? It is so difficult, because I feel like it changes constantly. I've always had this list of books that I just absolutely love, but those books are from years ago, and maybe I don't even love them anymore. But I'm going to go with The Night Circus, Picture of Dorian Gray, I think Sleeping Giants, that one is so good as well. It's basically all of the Lord of the Rings books, and The Lost Bookshop. I can't choose, okay? It's too difficult. But those are the books that come to mind. Is it hard to balance time between reading, YouTube and your business? It can sometimes be hard, because then sometimes I just have so many ideas of things I want to do for basically Britt, when it comes to videos, when it comes to designing products, when it comes to just doing work things, that I can definitely work a lot over the weekends, in the evenings, which should be my time to like relax and I sometimes struggle with that. But then, you know, during the day, during my work days, I often also have an hour where I'm like, now I'm just going to make some time to relax and just kind of give myself a bit of a longer break to do some reading, to do something else. So I've definitely figured out a nice balance between all of that, and luckily it works out really well. I think these are the questions I'm going to answer for now. Thank you so much for sending me these. I thought it was so much fun kind of thinking a bit more about what I'm doing in my life and just, you know, think a bit deeper about certain topics. So I really hope that you liked this video and that you also got to know me a little bit better. And as I said, definitely let me know some more questions in the comments if you do want to know a bit more about something specific. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to comment something but you don't know what to comment, comment a sunflower emoji, because they are my favorite flowers, and that could have been a question on here. What is your favorite flower? A sunflower. Thank you again so much for watching. I really hope you're having a beautiful day, and I'll see you hopefully in my next video.